Welcome back to Jersey Matters. I'm Larry Menti. In recent years, it has been called the best place to live in America and one of the safest cities in America. Tony Perry is the mayor of Middletown, New Jersey. You got to be proud of that.
Oh, absolutely, Larry.
It was 2014. It was named the best place to live in America. It didn't make it in 2019.
It didn't, but we're working hard on it. I can assure you that. Or my chief of police and all of us on the township committee are working towards that goal again.
It was Time Magazine. I don't think you get any repeat winners in that poll.
Yeah, subscriptions only go down in other places and up in Middletown when that happens.
Let's talk about some newsier topics, especially the new school funding formula put out by the state. How is Middletown doing with that?
We're not doing well. We get about $1 million cut in school funding, and it's tough. You know, we guarantee in Middletown a great education. We have great partners on the school board that we work with time and time again, and the school funding formula really hurts Middletown and hurts a lot of our surrounding area as well. And Middletown has always been known for getting a great education. We have 17 schools in our town.
But why did it happen?
Well, the state was deciding it had to relook and re-examine its state formula. And because our population for young children and students have gone down a little bit, the school funding formula was axed towards suburban towns like ours.
It seems like a lot of people have alleged, at least, that the school funding formula was prepared the way it was so that it would take more money away from more affluent areas and give it to more urban areas or low-income areas. And that's the way it worked out, so that towns like Middletown would be hit hard. But what does that mean for Middletown? What do you have to make cuts?
Well, the school board has been going through their budget process for quite a while, but the township committee has been working to try and reduce certain costs on their end, things that we don't have to duplicate services for. So the Middletown Township Committee, along with myself, have been looking very hard at finding duplication in their budgets and in ours to see what we can eliminate and save. Just recently, we saved the school board $40,000 just by fixing a minor little tweak in how we send police officers and the administrative costs of police officers going to sporting events. So without sacrificing security at these events, we were able to save the school board $40,000. Now, that may not seem like a lot, but when certain cities and towns across New Jersey are looking at layoffs, $40,000 is an entry-level teacher that we have now tried to save.
You're not looking at layoffs?
No, absolutely not. I mean, that is all up to the school board, and we respect their autonomy, but we're working together to prevent those things from happening.
So overall, not a fan of the new school formula?
I'm not a fan of the new school formula.
How about
really
the Murphy
hurt.
Administration?
Well, the governor and I definitely have different types of politics, and I respect the governor. I respect that he was the duly elected representative for the state of New Jersey, but we have a different style of politics, and that's okay. We got to work together. He is a resident of my town, but we have a difference of opinion when it comes to policy matters.
There was plans for a pipeline to run through Raritan Bay, which would affect Middletown Township, of gas to run from Pennsylvania, natural gas to run from Pennsylvania to New York. New York says it needs it badly. It was turned down, but another company has been granted permission to try again. Mm-hmm. What's your position on that? The
Township Committee came out in absolute opposition to this project. The coastal communities, including Middletown and the Bayshore, aren't going to take the brunt or environmental impact of a pipeline that in no way benefits the people of New Jersey. It's irresponsible for us to even think that all that we've done, all the leadership that has taken place, all the environmental repair that has been done since the early 1990s is now going to be completely torn away because of a pipeline that in no way, shape, or form benefits the people of Middletown or New Jersey as a whole.
Many municipalities came out against the bill for legalized recreational marijuana. Mm-hmm. And they came out for several reasons: that they didn't have control over where the place could go, who could have ownership, the police departments weren't trained well enough. Now it's going to be a referendum. So first of all, what was your position on it? And what would you say to people about the referendum?
Well, you're absolutely right. The referendum will be on the 2020 ballot during a presidential year. The township did not take an official position on it because we were waiting to see what the actual legislation was going to look like, because it was being done in secret, behind closed doors, and then all of a sudden it was being rammed down the throats of the legislature. And they couldn't get the votes in the Senate, they couldn't get the votes in the Assembly, and now they're going to leave it up to the people of New Jersey to decide. The legislation that I saw, I would not be supportive of.
For the reasons I stated?
Yes, absolutely. For the reasons of my police chief does not get, or police department does not get any authority to investigate the very people that would be selling marijuana. But when you apply for a liquor license, my police department is tasked with making sure that you're an upstanding citizen of the community. Why, if we're going to compare marijuana to alcohol, and that's what we hear coming out of Trenton, that, well, if alcohol is legal, why not make marijuana legal? Well, if you apply the same standards to them, that's a much better start than just coming at it from the state's going to take care of everything. We know how the old saying goes, what comes out of Trenton is always worse than what comes out of the great municipalities and towns across New Jersey.
Thank you very much, Mayor.
Thanks, Larry.
I appreciate it. Mayor Tony Perry of Middletown, New Jersey. Jersey Matters continues right after this. Coming up, you revitalize an old industrial complex, you revitalize a community. We'll tell you where that's happening when Jersey Matters continues.